January 6th, I think, of 2022, I just had this idea of doing a networking event. And I wanted to do speed networking. And I had it at my dad's school, True Prep Academy. Shout out to True Prep Academy. And yeah, I just wanted to do it. And the reason why I wanted to do it is because I've been so blessed to be in these rooms, to be connected with people, you know, and just off of certain names and certain people, I've been able to, you know, have access to things that maybe most people haven't been able to have access to. And my environment has always been pretty decent. And I wanted to create value for myself because people always would say, yo, Mar, you know this person, you know that person. You know, you can call this person. Like, you know, and I'm like, all right, I know I can. But how do I provide value to these people? Because I truly believe it's not your network that determines your net worth. It's how you provide value to your network. So in May of this year, I think May 8th, you know, we had one. I had a buddy of mine in Miami who had access to these boats and these yachts. And I was like, how can I do it differently? How can I get people to come out for free? Because I believe in providing a lot of value on the front end and making money on the back end, or, you know, creating significance on the front end and cashing out on the back end.
Before you move on to that, so in the first one, you didn't make any money. You lost $1,000.
I wouldn't say I lost money.
You had sponsors.
No, I mean,
break it down for us.
So I guess losing money is an idea.
You're talking about the ROI of the marketing.
So I made no money. I technically made no money, but in return, because of the platform that I use, so I throw events, I use Posh, so POSH.VIP. It's like Eventbrite, but a little differently. Eventbrite, more people know about events on Eventbrite, but with Posh, I'm able to secure names, numbers, and emails.
Okay.
And at the drop of a dime, I can text everybody in my CRM, no matter if they came to an event a year ago or they came to an event yesterday.
See, this the good stuff.
Showtime.
It's showtime. Hey guys, we are back with episode 2 of Millennial Money Matters, and today we have a lovely special guest. But first and foremost, I am one of your co-hosts, Nichollette White, your local luxury realtor here in South Florida, and we have...
Hey guys, Mike Molina, NMLS 1857587, team lead of Mike Molina team with Highlands Residential Mortgage, and today we have...
Wait, hold on. Drum roll, please.
It's tea time. It's tea time. Tea time.
Go ahead.
Today we got Amari Bryant, the content creation king on social media.
Yes.
We're really edifying what content creation is and how it can help with your business. So we're glad that you're here. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I mean, you just did it.
But tell us a little bit more about who's Amari.
Well, number one, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for having me on the pod today. I'm super proud of what you guys have built so far. You know, it's episode 2. You know, we're looking at, I think, hundreds of episodes in the future. So thank you for having me, and I'm grateful to provide value. But yeah, I mean, content creation, yes. Also, you know, other things as well. You know, real estate, real estate license. I'm in the real estate field. You know, I'm in the marketing field. You know, we do events, do a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, secure your future.
Absolutely.
As you can see, but what's up?
All right, we're going to get to all of that. I kind of want to start off with the Cardi B thing that you sent me.
Yes. So I recently, if you've seen it on the blogs, it was all over Instagram. Cardi B, she went on live and she was talking about how she does not want any more investment properties from Offset. Don't buy her no more. She doesn't want them. She's good with her Birkins. And of course, it definitely had realtors, loan officers, anybody that was told get the investment property in an uproar. So I want to hear what you guys think about it as far as her wanting a softer life in some Birkins.
I just don't think the biggest thing is the property management aspect that she kind of pointed out, right? Is that their tenants haven't paid rent for an X amount of time.
9 months.
In months, and you know, they don't want to deal with the headaches and stuff like that. I think that kind of comes with owning real estate, and they may not, and I don't know this, but they may not actually be putting in the effort to really collect that rent by taking them to court and things like that, right? They may just be like, we can afford the $2,000-$3,000 a month that they're not paying us, and it's going to be more headache to kind of go. My question actually would be to Nikki, because you were in luxury sales. Would a Birkin bag give you a good rate of return.
Well, yeah, I heard it's like you can get a good return because look how much you even pay for a Birkin bag, and they appreciate over time. Of course, not what a house would do, but it depends on your investor. You know, like not everybody wants to invest in a house. There's women that invest in Chanel bags, where you maybe bought it for $5,000 or $10,000, and then 20 years later, it has appreciated over time. I think it just depends on the investor, what your taste are, what your style is.
Because a lot of luxury items kind of
Appreciate over time, yeah.
So
I mean, it's just the rate.
Rolexes not too long ago.
Exactly. So, what about you, Amari? What you think?
I think it's all perspective. So when you look at somebody that's in her shoes, you know, a Birkin bag, you know, there's songs made about it. You know, it's a luxury item, and for somebody of her stature and what she does in entertainment, you know, I think it can be an asset to what she does based off of, you know, how people perceive her. And I'm assuming, I don't have a Birkin bag, but I'm assuming Birkin bags, you know, go up over time. You know, but I think on the other end, you know, because she has such a big platform, you know, young people are going to look at that and they're going to, you know, you can make your own decision, but, you know, for the most part, most wealth is built in real estate by owning and owning an asset, owning a home.
Absolutely.
You know, whether you get an investment property or not, it's like renting versus being a homeowner. Yes, people say, you know, don't rent where you work or don't rent what you don't rent where you live. But you know, when you look at it, wealth is passed down through insurance and through real estate. So if you own where you live at, you know, you take that time to really understand that over a period of time. If you don't want to live there for a long time, when it's your time to, you know, get called home, you know, then that piece of asset can be, you know, passed down to you. But it's all perspective, you know. I mean, I understand that, but I think it's property management to be how she bought, why she bought, when she bought.
I think that's her king.
You know, so I think it's for somebody of her stature, she shouldn't be handling the day-to-day operations.
She doesn't though. She doesn't. I think what she needs to double down on is her property management team. You know, like the people that are managing these properties. Because when you think about commercial real estate or like even someone that owns an apartment complex, they are putting these people in place to make sure that rent is collected, it's ran a certain way, there's certain incentives, so that way they're getting their money. If you have a property management team in place and you're not collecting checks or this person not being evicted, you gotta tighten that. Of course, she's super busy, so I think that's where she needs to go back and like fine tune that process. And then maybe it'll be a little bit more easier for her because there's tons of celebrities that have multiple properties. And I don't think that's their complaint. But I think, you know, she probably started buying all these properties so quickly and didn't really think about what goes into that. You know, you hear buy land, buy a house, buy this, buy that. They're rich. They just throwing money at it. You know, they didn't think about, okay, so how is this going to get done? Or, okay, things that need to be fixed. Do I have a system for that? Where some people, if you are an investor for real, you have that on lock.
So it's all I believe, I mean, based off what's happening, maybe, right?
I mean, affordability is a big issue, but it's much easier to purchase a house than to buy a Birkin bag.
Yeah.
100%. But then also, you know, so I just think it's education. So once people are educated on both sides and you can see, all right, this is the probability of this. This is the probability of this. This is where most people gain their wealth. This is where another set of people gain their wealth. Then you can make an educated decision based off of how old you are, where you're from, your environment, what do you do, what skill sets you have, and
there's money. I don't think that her comment really persuades people to buy Birkin bags over real estate. I think what it does, it just continues to scare people to not buy real estate.
Right.
I think it's the biggest effect that video has.
Absolutely. Like he mentioned, some education definitely should have went into it. But I mean, you know, you kind of see the loopholes as to why she feels that way. And it's preference. You know, like you said, like we've all been saying, it's really preference. There's some people that they want the buildings or they want commercial property. You know, like it just depends on what you're willing to deal with. So, but anyhow, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Because that's not why we're here. We're here because we have Amari Bryant again, guys. And he told us a little bit about who he is. But there's this thing that he has going around that is sweeping South Florida by storm. He has his brand. Is it your brand, your company, Secure Your Future? Can you just enlighten us a little bit more about that? You're wearing the merch. He promised me some merch, so hopefully the next time you see me, I want a black shirt, size small.
Yo, hold on, time out. Don't put that out there like I promised something.
He promised me merch. I said on camera, he promised me merch.
At the next event.
Okay, so we can talk about that too. Absolutely.
I got y'all.
So tell us what you do. What is Secure Your Future?
You can only get it if you come.
No worries.
You can't get it.
I feel you. That's fair.
You know, so first of all, I gotta thank God because, you know, he allowed me to be in a position where, you know, I've been able to, you know, have these resources, have these, you know, partnerships, you know, to be able to do something like this, and without him in placing me in certain rooms that I wasn't qualified for, that I didn't necessarily earn my way in, you know, but I probably had to serve my way in, then I wouldn't be here. And then if you think about it, right, and this is just what I believe, you know, even in the Bible it talks about just, you know, Jesus is like the most important person in the world, right, in terms of the most sought after, right, but he wasn't like a master, he was a servant, and that's what allowed me to be here, you know, to do these events and things of that nature. So I gotta give it up to him first. But I mean, it's a community, it's an idea. It's not. Yes, it's a business. Yes, it's something that, you know, is a lot of people are loving right now because there's a lot of in-person touch. We do it a little differently than traditional networking things. But Secure Your Future it's a moniker. It's a community. It's an idea. It's a mantra. It's, you know, to be able to, I believe in the number 7. 7 is a number of completion. I truly believe that 4 and 7 are my favorite numbers. And when we talk about like 7 areas that you can, you know, get better at every day, you know, I always, every day in my notebook I write, you know, I am Amari Bryant, I'm so happy and grateful now. That is December 31st, 2023, and it's been the best year of my life. Whether it is or not, I'm writing it down as if it is. And I specifically in these 7 areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, relationally, financially, and spiritually. So that's what that is. Secure Future is a movement to where you're able to leverage our community to be able to secure your future and bet on yourself, you know, in these 7 areas, you know, and whatever kind of field you believe success is, because success is what's the word? It's
subjective.
Again,
it's
it's
subjective.
subjective.
Success is subjective. So if you can leverage our community and what we're building to be able to secure your future in those 7 ways, that's what we're all about. And we're not exclusive, we're very inclusive. And I come from a world where, you know, I was in network marketing for a long time, and you know, you have to hit ranks and you have to, you know, get these a certain amount of people under you, which is great. And I do believe that network marketing is a way to wealth and a way to connect, you know, with people depending on how good you get on it, depending on the relationships you build. But I want to be more inclusive to where our community is not necessarily about the person at the top or the person at the bottom or the person in the middle. You know, it's about everybody, because if you're at the bottom of your field per se, you know, you have to have people that you can look up to, you can be mentored by, and you also have to have people that are with you on the same wavelength. You know, if you're in the middle, what you got going on, and if you're at the top, you need people at the bottom in terms of you need people to teach, you need people to mentor, you need people to buy your stuff. And even with teaching, I believe that, you know, you'll probably make more money teaching what you do than doing what you do at the end of the day, because you can create duplicates of yourself and do less work.
Yeah, we talked about that.
So it's a movement.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode too. But you know, teaching is usually the way that you really can create wealth within whatever you're doing specifically. I do have a question though. Yeah.
Let me ask you this first.
Go ahead.
What does secure your future mean to you?
To me, I think it's just like that. I think it's whenever I think of secure your future, because I'm not so deep into the community that you've built, I think it's more so I think of Amari Bryant, I think of his brand, I think of Entrepreneurs Link Up, I think of it as a movement that he's creating. But I want to ask you, because I don't know, what's the angle, what's the purpose, how do you make money, do you want to make money, is this just your hobby, are you just creating that community so that everybody can be able to intertwine within each other, and then at that point it's easier for you to network in the future whenever you want to do different things?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, it started, you know, January 1st, January 6th, I think, of 2022. I just had this idea of doing a networking event, and I wanted to do speed networking, and I had it at my dad's school, True Prep Academy. Shout out to True Prep Academy. And yeah, I just wanted to do it. And the reason why I wanted to do it is because I've been so blessed to be in these rooms, to be connected with people, you know, and just off of certain names and certain people, I've been able to, you know, have access to things that maybe most people haven't been able to have access to. And my environment has always been pretty decent. And I wanted to create value for myself, because people always would say, "Yo, Mar, you know this person, you know that person, you know, you can call this person," like, you know, and I'm like, all right, I know I can, but how do I provide value to these people? Because I truly believe it's not your network that determines your net worth. It's how you provide value to your network that would ultimately determine your net worth. Because you can know all the people in the world, but if you can't provide value to them,
That's true.
what's the point? You know, you can't call them, you can't text them, like, because at the end of the day, people are trying to go somewhere, you know. And so I just wanted to create value for myself. So how can I create value for all the people that I know without necessarily having them have to transact with me directly? But I can still provide value to them. And this is why I came up with the networking event, the networking experience. And that's really the essence of it. How can I provide value? Okay, I provide value. I'm really good at recruiting. I'm really good at promoting. I'm really good at bringing people together. Like I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to know how to bring people together. It's something that I'm really special, that I have a talent for. And so, you know what? Let me just do a networking event. And so in May of this year, we hadn't done it for a year and a half almost. So in May of this year, I think May 8th, you know, we had one. I had a buddy of mine in Miami who had access to these boats and these yachts. And I was like, how can I do it differently? How can I get people to come out for free? Because I believe in providing a lot of value on the front end and making money on the back end, or, you know, creating significance on the front end and cashing out on the back end. I think a lot of us are too front loaded in terms of asking and not giving enough. So how can I get people in an environment to where they can be able to grow in any of these 7 areas and be able to meet somebody to be able to secure the future? Because I've met different people in my life that have transformed my life, you know, whether it was transactional or whether it was transformational. And so that's what we wanted to do. And, you know, long story short, I was able to get a 2-story yacht or a 2-story boat, holds like maybe like 100 and so people. And I just promoted it like 2 weeks before. My boy was like, yo, we can do it on this boat. I was like, all right, cool. How much is it going to cost? He was like, pretty much don't even worry about it. I probably paid like $1,000. And I just started promoting. I started promoting, you know, online, and, you know, about 90 people showed up.
That's good.
And it was free for all of them.
Yeah, it was free for everybody. So it was free. And then the next time I came around, I said, you know what? Let me do it again. I think
Before you move on to that, so in the first one, you didn't make any money. You lost $1,000.
I wouldn't say I lost money.
You had sponsors.
No, I
So
mean,
break it down for us.
so I guess losing money is an idea.
I
Because
feel
Talking
you.
about
I like
the
that.
ROI of the
so
marketing.
But
I made
yeah.
no money. I technically made no money, but
But
in
you
return, because of the platform that I use, so I throw events, I use Posh, so POSH.VIP. It's like Eventbrite, but a little differently. Eventbrite, more people know about events on Eventbrite, but with Posh, I'm able to secure names, numbers, and emails.
Okay.
And at the drop of a dime, I can text everybody in my CRM, no matter if they came to an event a year ago or they came to an event yesterday.
See, this the good stuff.
Yeah, so yes, I spent $1,000, but I said, man, if I can create an environment where people can win, they can have fun, maybe not party, you know, they can learn something from the people in the environment, you know, maybe not be like suit and tie and just, you know, be sitting down and talking, you know, but really networking, and then I can gain their data, because at the end of the day, believe it or not, all these companies, we've all put our name, number, and email in some type of, you know, thing
And they
online, and we
market
start
right
getting these
back to us.
emails.
Absolutely.
Like, I get them all the time. I'm like, I should be doing this. So how can I exchange or have people feel comfortable enough to give me their information, put them in my CRM, so I'm collecting their data over a period of time, while also giving them a great experience that they're not going to pay for. So it's like, what other event are people going to be able to
Come out and support.
Yeah, to network with other individuals, you know, whether they're above them, below them, or on their wavelength. You're going to meet somebody there, you know, where you can have a boat that goes out in Miami for an hour and a half, 2 hours, right? But then also learn from this environment. So, and we had this element of what we do is called like the speed networking. So when you come into our events, you get a name tag, wristband color, whatever it is. And at the beginning, we try to set the mood, because we put people in different groups, and we give, you know, each individual, let's say it's a group of 10 people, we give each individual in the group a minute or 30 seconds or so to explain what they do, how they do it, exchange Instagrams, let people know how they bring value to the community, so then if people could decide, hey, I want to follow you, or I don't want to follow you. And then you just kind of do that over a period of time, and you'll be able to meet, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 new people, because usually at networking events, we go to the networking event and we all go together. Yeah, we might spend
that clip.
Yeah, we might go talk to 10 to 20% of people, but I'm gonna talk to people that I know.
Absolutely.
Because I feel comfortable, and most people are introverts when it comes to putting themselves out there, because they're scared of rejection. We're scared of failure. We're scared of not knowing what's gonna happen, and people are gonna say these things.
And some people don't know how to start conversations, you know, like meaningful conversations. Not to cut you, but
go ahead.
Yeah.
So first one, you don't necessarily lose money, but you technically were in the hole X amount. Second one, you break even. Third one.
But mind you,
no, I know the purpose of you is just basically collecting
right,
data.
but also I'm still collecting data. even if you haven't come, if you RSVP, we have your data, and so we can, talk.
So what are you doing with the data outside of marketing bets to them? Are you offering them things? Are you giving them information? Are you just inviting them to more networking events? Are you selling your merch? What are you doing with the data?
One, building up, but just finding different ways to communicate with them through email marketing campaigns, and this started to happen like now after the third one, and so different, just having a way to communicate, because people get lost in, okay, I've done something, but then we live in America, we live in a world with technology. People's attention spans aren't there.
And so because, okay, I just want to know a little bit more, like, for example, if Mike he has collected my data, I know kind of what he's going to be communicating with me, obviously information about like the real estate market, loans, etc. But like for you, I know that you have this networking extravaganza that you do. What is something that you market back to these people, or what are you communicating?
Everything that revolves around securing your future, whether it's what's happening in today's world, the next events.
So like information, fun facts.
Yeah, information, fun facts. We got interviews that are going to start going out through the email and whatnot, and so.
Okay.
Yeah, you're building up the YouTube as well.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Just creating content around the people that have come. So, but the third event is what you just said, right?
Yeah, just more so. I know that more people came. You had more sponsors as well.
Yeah. So the third one, it kind of it worked out because we were able to do a bigger boat. It was 3 stories. It rained like crazy, so I knew the demand would be there because I had like 90 days to promote this one. So I was promoting it. It was gonna be on land, and my buddy called me. He was like, "Yo, we could do this boat. I got a 3-story boat for you. I know you're gonna bring the people. Just come on." I was like, all right, cool. And this is like maybe 3 weeks before the event that we're going to switch it up. And so I was promoting it. We're doing a networking event on a yacht. About 372 people RSVP'd, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so it worked out. It was about 130 people came. It was raining everywhere that day.
Yeah,
that
day was.
It worked out because more people came. We got some video content. And really, people were able to network, and we had even higher level people than the first time. Because people didn't want to miss out. Yo, I missed the last one. Yo, I missed the last one.
So in terms of, did you get charged for the bigger boat?
Yes, but how I worked it out is I was able to get, shout out to my man Capture Times, Mark. He does the pictures for the events whenever he can. He had somebody that needed a boat, so the celebration boat that we were on, I was able to broker a deal because they knew it because of me, and I didn't have to pay for it.
Okay.
For your event.
So you're the king of bartering services.
You got sponsorship. Everybody came for, most people came for free. There's people that paid for shirts. I know that.
Yeah.
Did you make money off the shirts?
So, yes, I did.
Okay.
So I sold shirts for like $30 to $35. Also, if I reached out to you via text, email, call, please call me back so I can send you your shirt. Hello.
So the people that you
so
did
yeah,
send the
so
shirt
it was
to,
free. So for real. People
but I guess you could still resell those shirts and still make the $30.
So here's the thing. So this is what I did. So I knew the demand would be high. There was only 200 people allowed on the boat. Like 210 is over with. You can't come on. We had about 372 people RSVP. But before that, once I saw the numbers kind of getting crazy, I said, all right, how do I determine who gets on and who doesn't if everybody shows up? Well, let me create a VIP tier. So what was supposed to happen is the top level, the 3rd floor, which was closed off because it was pouring, it was supposed to be a VIP. So if you bought a $30 and or $35 shirt maybe a few days before, you had access not to only the first 2 levels, but you had access to the 3rd level where you can see all of Miami. It's beautiful, like it's amazing. But I said, man, what if it rains? Then how is that gonna work? Well, let me give them a shirt. Shirts don't cost that much. I have a guy who makes my shirts, and yeah, that's what happened. So we sold about 56 shirts. So I don't know, do that math, 50 times 30, whatever that math is. And
1,500.
Yeah, so if all 372.
How much did those shirts cost you?
$12.
$12 each?
Mm-hmm.
So 12 times, you said 50 shirts, right?
Okay, so
about
almost
50
in
shirts.
half.
50 shirts. Yeah, you made double your money basically, roughly.
Yeah, but the point wasn't to make money for the shirts. The point was to differentiate who can get on the
No, I get.
boat.
Yeah. You were trying to differentiate the tier, but I guess what I'm trying to see is more so if somebody wants to do the same thing is really where I'm leaning into, right? If somebody's watching this and they say, "Wow, that's a great idea," right?
But I want to make money.
Right. And how can I leverage this you basically gave the blueprint
Right.
on how to do that. It's going to take you 3 events to be, or closer to, especially if somebody, for you, maybe it may take somebody else 5, 6, 7 events
Right.
before they can start
Right.
making money. And you've been able to do it because basically what you've said, you brokered that deal because of your network of
Right.
people that you know, connecting everybody together because of pretty much secure your future.
And then so in retrospect, what happened was because I knew the demand was there, I knew people wanted to eventually sponsor the event to get in front of people, right? And it wasn't perfect, but I had about 3 sponsors. Charged $500 for a sponsor, so that's $1,500 plus the shirts. So it's just built up demand. And the beautiful thing about
But you did a free event and you made about $2,000 off of it.
right, which isn't nothing
Isn't bad
crazy.
at all.
No,
But
it's
for somebody
not.
that wants to make a quick granted, it's going to take a little bit more than that.
But remember, the goal
it's-
for me is not necessarily it is to make money, but it's not. The goal for me is to collect information
Absolutely.
over a period of time. And if I make money, that is great because I know 6 months from now, when we do a big event, I'm going to make a lot of money. We're
Okay.
going to have big sponsors. And this is where Art Battle comes into play.
So your Art Basel one, is it going to be free or do we got to pay to play?
No, you got to pay to play.
Okay.
And how do you pay? You just
People
pay
are
with
going to.
you just pay with your time.
No.
Okay, Amari. So great. Perfect. great. Good to know.
That's great.
We're gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot to your social media because it's quite interesting. You do a lot of videos, especially those trendy like side by side videos. So I want to know a little bit more about your social media brand strategy. How you got your followers? How do you get your engagement? Is it through trial and error? Is it an intentional thing that you're doing? Tell me a little bit more about your brand strategy and how, since it's about content creation here.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything is content creation in a way. You
In a
know?
sense, yes.
So I realize what people like when it comes to me because people know my family, people know, people that I know, and people like when I like dance.
Oh, you dance?
My dancing videos go like viral, especially with my mom.
Okay, wait. I haven't seen one. Not for
Yeah.
nothing. Is this on Instagram or like TikTok?
It's Instagram.
Okay, so I gotta make a mental note. Go back and go
Yeah,
see
we've
the
gone
dance video.
viral a
You
few
seen
times
one?
on TikTok.
No,
actually.
I just.
We've never seen this.
We post
You
so
sure
much
you putting them
content
on-
that you may not see it in
There
the
you
flow.
go. Okay.
You know,
So you dance. I just found out today he sings.
Oh, he was singing on my mama today. Okay, go ahead.
All
Back
right.
to the. Go ahead. So your dancing videos.
Dancing videos, value videos. It's entertainment. So I got this. It's called Heme, right? So when you post, right, you want to post different things. You don't always want to be business unless that's just your page. If your page is straight business, do that. The people that do that, But for most people, it's a mixture of everything.
Right.
So you want to post content that shows your humility. You want to post content that shows education, providing a lot of value, and it's probably the most important, the value content.
Yes.
Especially if you're in business or entrepreneurship, you want to post videos that entertain, because people just don't want to be buttoned up all the time. They want to have fun while they're doing it, because you can make a lot of money or have a lot of success, significance, but if it's not fun, then what's the
Yeah.
point? And then you want to post motivational stuff. This is where I was before I started doing this. This is where I am now, and this is where I'm headed because of what I'm doing. And so that's kind of my
So
strategy.
HEEM, Heme.
Yeah, Heme.
Humility, education, entertainment,
Motivation.
Yeah.
I like that.
Love it.
Shout out to
yeah.
the great Stormy Wellington for that one.
Okay. Definitely.
And so what happens is, so that's like kind of the framework. But for me, I'm like, man, I just want to post, and I want to post content and around what I'm doing, and just my life. So like, I'm not necessarily trying to make up content. I'm trying to post content around the things that I like, that I need to learn, that I want to learn, and that I feel like other people will learn. So we've gone viral a multitude of ways on TikTok. We have like 2 million, a couple videos are over 1 million, right? Those are dancing videos with my mother, right? That's entertainment, but that still drives traffic. The ultimate goal is to drive traffic to whatever it is that you're doing. I've just recently discovered that me posting these side-by-side reels that I'm not even saying a word and I just have a caption in it.
Yeah.
These things are going viral. Man, listen, I got 1.1 million views. It's all in the last 90 days. I got 1.1 million views on one post. I got like 400,000 on another post. I got like 200,000 on another post, 100,000 on the post, 90,000 on the post. And it's because how Instagram works. Because Instagram, who owns Instagram? Facebook. Who owns YouTube? Google. So think about it. So Facebook and Instagram are in competition with TikTok and with YouTube and Google. Why? Because they're trying to grab everybody's attention. They're fighting. Those companies are fighting for attention. So how can I best get this person's attention? Well, I'm going to optimize my platform. Let's say I'm one of those platforms. The platforms are optimizing themselves to be able to give us the most reach, in a sense, through organic content. You know, obviously you could pay for ads and whatnot. That's a different story. But so for, I guess, my lane, entrepreneurship, people, the one that had 1.1 million views was a reel talking about trust, like how to build wealth through trust, how to protect yourself. You know, another one was, you know, clearing debt through trust. You know, whether it's true or not, I want to know. Like I was like, oh, hold on, let me maybe some other people want to learn this in my entrepreneurship field. Let me make a video of this. Let me not even say anything. But what happens is I noticed that the one that went viral, 1.1 million, I saw that so many people were liking it. And this is what Instagram does. You no longer have to post a reel solely on Instagram in order for it to go viral. Instagram will take your reel and they'll put it on the Facebook platform, and the Facebook platform will get views. So yes, I got about 100, 200,000 plays from not my following on Instagram, but on Facebook, I got about 800, 900,000 views. And so I noticed that, and I was like, man, how do I collect this data? Because of the events, I'm like,
because that's what I was gonna ask.
I gotta collect the data. Because I gotta talk to the people afterwards. They might want more if they get this snippet. And so I use an app called Slick Text. You know, it's another shout out to Slick Text, I guess. And what you can do is you have a keyword, and it says text. You know when you go to the conferences and like, yo, text so and so to this number, text secure to this number, text finance, taxes, whatever to this number. And so I did that. So I put it, like when it was at like 200,000 views, I put it underneath the comments. I said, hey, look, if you want more information on how to secure your future, text secure to whatever the number is. I don't know about heart. And man, my Slick Text started getting subscribers on it. So like my thing went up like 100 people that wanted to know more. And then what you can do is on the back end, you can text them. So, you know, whether I'm partnered up I guess that one was like, I think that one was like the debt or like the taxes or whatever, or like credit or whatever it was. You know, then I can go and text them, because 80% of people are on their phones. You know, email marketing still is effective, but are you going to look at the email first, or are you going to look at the text message first?
Of course. Especially
if you know it's from somebody who you already opted into. You want to hear more. So then you can go outside and text them, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a way to get your taxes done. So I did it with one person, and I like text them, and I was like, hey, look, I got this. What do you need? You know, or I think I did like a webinar or something. And, you know, they're getting their taxes, their credit fixed now or whatever. And it's working for them. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And so I realized the goal is to drive traffic. Whatever you're doing, drive traffic. But you know, the moniker is still the same. You give free value. That video cost me nothing to make. It cost them nothing to watch. It cost me nothing to make but time. It cost them nothing but time for them to watch. So that free value, that free content, you push out so much of it, people are going to be like, man, this guy is giving us some value. I may not say a word in the rest of the videos for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm going to, obviously, but if I don't, it doesn't matter, because they're going to say, this is the person that I saw this content from, whether I made it originally or not. It's like you remix it, and then you take the traffic, you drive as much traffic to whatever you have going on, you collect this data, and then on the back end, you keep educating them, and you keep communicating with them, and you keep, you know, keeping them engaged, and you keep them updated, whether it's CRMs, text messages, whether it's email campaigns, whether it's using an app like Posture. So that's kind of what it is.
So Gary Vaynerchuk, great entrepreneur.
I like that guy.
He has a book. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook.
Right hook, yep.
So right now, you're doing a lot of jabs. Where's the right hook? So
I don't know.
When are you going to utilize that data to make yourself
a shitload of money?
So this is where the third event comes into play. You talk about jab, 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 right hook. So the third event, what we're gonna do is, it's just the demand. First of all, it's just the demand. When the demand, and I was telling somebody this today, I was like, necessarily when you do events and you see more people going, it doesn't necessarily mean you make the venue bigger.
No.
Because you're still, profit-wise, you're still going to make the same amount of profit. In order, because there's more expenses. You keep it the same, and you build up the demand, so people want to come. So, hey, it's like a club. You know, when you go to a club, if it's overpacked, what happens? Or if it's, think about it, during Art Basel.
Yeah.
Go to any club in South Beach. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
You got to pay $150, $200 to get in. You know, it's like church, right? Church, Easter Sunday. What happens during Easter Sunday? They're not going to charge you to get in, obviously, but you have to come early enough to get a good seat or to get a seat at all. Or not, you're going into overflow. Or you got to stand up on the sides, whatever they have set up. Or you just got to watch at home. Same concept. My buddy owns a club in Wynwood with an outer space with a stage. I was like, man, we could do it here. And he was like, let's do it, bro. Like, I mean, I've been rocking for like 10 years. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Boom. And so you should provide a lot of value. So the jab is, hey, look, in between this event, we're going to be doing this, different interviews. You know, people don't feel obligated to come, but man, you know, he put out this information on me. He allowed me to do an interview, whatever. That's one way you keep communicating. You got emails and you got text messages and whatnot, just providing value to your community. But you just build up demand.
What do you call yourself?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you do? Outside of like, you know, like how you have a title for it. Are you a motivational speaker? Are you, because you're like a connector that adds value. So like an educator. So
I'm a child of God.
Okay, that too. That you are. But what would you call yourself? Good question. Gotcha.
I would. It's not necessarily what I would call myself is. I think it's the person who I'm becoming and who I am.
Okay, very good. So let's flip it. So who are you becoming? Who is Amari Bryant becoming?
I want to become a person of value. Simple, plain. I want to. When you hear Amari or Secure Your Future, you know he may not get it right all the time. He may get some things right. May stumble here and there. But at the end of the day, I want to say, you know what? When we kind of are ingrained into this space, or when people hear my name or whatever we have going on, that person's a person of value to me with whatever he's doing. And that's kind of the person I want to become, somebody who can maybe bridge the gap internationally, bridge the gap from person going from A to B. And I made this post today, and I believe it's coming, but I never made $1 million in a year yet. I have made $1 million in a year. It just hasn't come yet. But
I like that.
I may not be the person, and I'll be brutally honest, I may not be the person who could necessarily directly help you get to where you want to go, but I may be the bridge to get to where you want to go.
So yeah, I think you're on the right wavelength. Like I think you're on the right path right now
to do that.
Yes,
for sure.
In my opinion, you can monetize it, and you should monetize it. That's me.
Because your Rolodex,
I think you provided enough value up front. Hold on, and I'm going to tell you why off of the same example you did on number 3, when you sold the shirts, and you sold 50 shirts. People were willing to pay it. Didn't matter, right? They paid the $35, and you spent $12 on shirts. You made $23 per person, right? Let's round it up, $25 a person, just to make the math easy, right? If you get 200 people to RSVP times 25, right? Now you're making some serious money. You can keep the same venue, have the same connections, because you're still brokering these deals out because of the network that you've built.
Yeah.
So you're doing
your Rolodex. Yeah,
you're essentially getting these things for these venues for discounted or free. People are going to pay the $30 because you already have a small sample size that they will. And on top of that, you're going to get sponsors to be able to sponsor that event, and you can continue to grow this and make every single entrepreneur link up better and better and better. Maybe not venue wise, like you said, I don't agree with continuing to grow your venue to the point where now the venue is big enough and it looks small, but to the point of making it so that way these things are legit because people are willing to pay for it. You're willingly giving it for
membership.
Free. You are willingly giving it for free, but I think you have the sample size and the network and the connections to be able to charge, and people will pay.
Absolutely. I think you should come up with like some sort of membership. For example, I'm a part of this membership. It's like a partnership. It's called Hope Living. Okay. And this guy literally kind of does what you do, to the point where he has access to different celebrities. And what he does is every so often gets different career people, celebrities in a space where they can network and build their business, and he literally charges a membership to be a part of this elite group. And so with what you're building here, Secure Your Future, it's something, even if you were creating a membership, for example, where people can join this membership and they have access to these elite events that they can now network and because there's so much value in just meeting different people, because I can increase my business by going to one of your events and potentially meeting another client and or somebody that can give me business. And how did I get that access? I'm a part of your exclusive membership that's renewable every year. And then I can share that with other people. It can be invite only, where you vet certain people, maybe, you work out the tweaks. So that way you also keep a certain standard for your membership. But you can also host events where, general public can meet and, they're larger, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that's a great way where you can monetize, because I asked you, like, who are you becoming? So that way we can actually put a name to this great thing that you're doing, But you are like a master networker, and promoter. But there's something there that you can really monetize and make this big, because the guy now, he just opened up a section where he has like Hope Jets, so he brokers these jets. We just went to a relaunch. He just partnered with Choto Mott, the restaurant in Miami. Large party filled with so many different people. And I'm like, damn, this guy got all these people in this room, and to even be a part of this elite network, people are paying for this. He's adding that value too. And so I think for you with Secure Your Future, granted, that's one of the questions, like, where does the future of Secure Your Future go? But
yeah.
So just to expound on that, just really quick. So there is a I guess a hook in a sense. And for our next event, you can purchase a VIP ticket, because what we're planning to do is based off of who we're partnering with. We're planning on doing like, a podcast setting, in the midst of the networking event. And if you do have a VIP ticket, you're allowed to come in early and 30 minutes early and watch that podcast, and when the other things happen throughout the, 4 to 5 hours that we're there, you're able to have, VIP seating. It comes with, I think,
like a drink or something.
It comes with a complimentary drink. It also, you're able to get first access to photo albums. You're gonna get free ebook from myself and I don't want to announce the person yet, or the people. A free ebook from them. And I think with their community and with our community that we're building, everybody's gonna want to come. But then also how to monetize it on the back end is it's like partnerships as well. So what I'm even thinking about doing is allowing people to, if you get a VIP, ticket, because it's gonna be free. All my events will probably always be free to some point. Okay. And then we'll have different tiers as the demand grows. But you can earn from promoting our events. Because the Secure Your Future, the entrepreneurs link up is not necessarily tied to, am I a real estate agent? Yes, I am. Like, do I have a company? Yes, I do. Am I in the crypto for? Yes, I do. Do I have preferences of what you should?
Perfect. So really quick, what is it that right now that makes you good money that you're doing, whether that be as a main thing as real estate or on the side or something like that?
So I'm gonna answer that. Let me just finish what I'm gonna say. And do I have things that I prefer? Yes. Will those things be there in some shape, ways? Of course. But I encourage everybody, because it's not necessarily tied to one industry, but into a whole, come to the event and promote it as if it's yours. Whether you're getting paid or not, it's like a free environment. You don't have to get a VIP ticket. Should you? Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. It's whatever value you place on the networking that you're going to get. But even if not, if you're somebody who is, whether you're here in your field, you should come, because it's a free environment for you to come and network. And how we do it, you're probably going to meet more people that you didn't know than that you do know, because of the speed networking aspect, because of the different games that we have and activities and giveaways and whatnot. So come and promote it as if it's yours. I don't care. There's people that may have made way more money than me from my event, from our event, than I have. But I'm okay with that. Because guess what? That's building what? Goodwill. That's building trust. Like, man, I can come to Amari's event and I know I'm going to meet 10 people. I know I'm going to be able to get 2 or 3 clients.
What that's building? Demand. Which 100%. Means that they're willing to pay.
Right.
You're not, so I don't want you, I'm not here trying to say, hey, profit off these people. What you're doing is a great thing. Like, I think you're the only person that does these things. And just because you're collecting money may not necessarily be for you. You don't have to look at it as profit, right? You could look at it as revenue, where now the next time you're able to spend more money to make it better,
more dynamic,
even if the venue's the same, right?
You're absolutely right. And then so I believe in, if you bring the people, the sponsors will come. And now for this event, the sponsors are coming. Like,
you haven't sent me the invoice.
You want to be a sponsor? Okay, cool.
You asked me the last time, and
Well,
I
you
said
did it
yeah.
last time. I didn't want to, I don't mean, like, you just come and chat fun.
You got to collect your check.
But here's the thing, though. So the sponsorships,
But the sponsors are free?
The sponsorships will come. I mean, of
They
course.
will.
The sponsorships will come. So even on this event, I'm realizing, like today, I'm going to a networking event. Whenever this comes out, I'm going to a networking event, and the person who wants to sponsor us with the liquor people want to
promote the liquor.
Yeah, they want to sponsor. I'm like, you don't gotta pay for that. All right, cool. I have somebody that in the financial world that wants to come and sponsor. They want to do like their own like little event. How much? Yeah, come on. Like, okay, boom. So now the sponsors are coming because we're able to bring the people. Because at the end of the day, people want to get in front of people. In the financial entrepreneurship world, I want to be in front of entrepreneurs, people who already have that mindset, and that's where the back end comes from. So just if you're watching this,
that's perfect. So that's your right hook right there. That's what I wanted to know.
100%.
So you're backloading the profit.
100%.
You're getting it from sponsors that are going to benefit from your event, and what you're doing is just doing the same thing you've always done, is connect people. Right.
So for every 100 people that you get, you may get 4 or 5 VIP tickets, 10 VIP tickets, but you're going to get 1 or 2 sponsors. So that's how I look at it. And because it's during Art Basel, because it's a lot of, Art Basel is one of the most, is one of the events that provide the most exchange of money, exchange of wealth, probably besides like Formula One, in Miami at least.
Absolutely.
And it's like, yeah, you can come look at art, but it's to be, we're gonna have art, we're gonna have artists there painting everything. So just come, network, have a great time, and just get it. So, but yeah,
all right.
But that's the right hook.
So before we wrap up here, anything that you want to promote? Art Basel, December 9th.
We have an event, Art Basel, December 9th, 2023 at around 2 or 3 p.m. around there for about 4 or 5 hours. It's gonna be jam packed. We're gonna have food, music, drinks. We're gonna have high level networking, speed networking. We're gonna have special people that are gonna be there. We're going to have a podcast segment, and really and truly, we're gonna have an environment where you can grow in any of the 7 areas that we mentioned before. And we want you to be there. It's gonna be exciting. And we'll just see what happens.
Amari says any viewer of Millennial Money Matters gets in for free.
Yeah, yeah. Any viewer gets in for free. And I can't guarantee you that you're going to make $1 from the event, but I can guarantee you that you're going to meet somebody that's probably going to provide value to you and for you.
He's a value man, guys. That's what he promises.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Amari. Thank you so much for coming. We enjoyed it. Very insightful and enlightening conversation. And guys, this concludes today's episode of Millennial Money Matters.
Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
Where's the gun?
Let me have it. I want it all. Give me all the money.
I think that is all of it.